Okay then, so the flow for today is going to get very heavily into twisting. We're going to take this toward a variation of side crow. It should be an unusual twisting flow here. This is going to go more toward the hips and toward the lower body than a lot of the upper body twists you tend to see. And this isn't really about contortion as much as it is just getting into a lot of crosswise movement back and forth. So just have that in mind as you go through the variations of pose today. And again, you're going to move this back and forth, a lot of lengthening one side to the next as well. So feel things out as best you can. Now, coming into side crow today, there's a bunch of ways to move into the pose. And if you have a favorite entry, feel free to just take it in your own direction. That's fine. Otherwise, the way I'm going to cue this here is going to be coming into this from a low lunge. So at the end of the flow, or at the end of each sequence, I should say, once we're in the flow, you're going to have 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, and you just have everything relatively stretched out long. Now, as you take this back and forth and come into your twist, keep in mind, you're probably going to have to shift around a little bit. It's not just locked into place. But my right foot's forward, my left foot's back. So to come into this, I'm going to bring my right foot over to the left side. So the twist initiates from your lower body, keep in mind. I'm going to keep my right hand on the floor, lift the left. And as you come into twisting, you may have to go forward, you may have to go back. But you bring the opposite arm across the opposite thigh. So I'm going to bring my left elbow into my left thigh and try to get as deeply as I can into that. And again, just move back and forth to find the twist. To brace it, bring your hand down to the floor. And that's going to secure the shape and keep the leg pressing into your arm. Now, bring the second hand down in line with the first. And if twisting is enough for you, and it may well be if you don't twist all that often, maybe just stay right here, and this is fine. Square your shoulders toward the front of the mat as your hips open to the side. And this is going to feel like plenty if you don't twist a whole lot. So you can just stay right here, keep in mind. Now, if you want to take things further towards side crow, let your shoulders move forward, bend the elbows in toward you, keep the twist, keep the arm pressing into your leg, and then play around. Maybe just lift the front foot, and that's good enough all by itself. If you can hold on to that, look forward, keep pulling your chest forward. You don't want to bring your head down, but you're using the leverage to lean forward and lift the back leg. Now, this is still basically side crow here, and this is a little bit unconventional with just one leg behind. You can always pull the other leg in and bring this into the usual tuck that you see. You can scissor this out, play around with it and see how far you want to go, and we'll move to the vinyasa from here. So you can always just step it back, or you can fly it back and bring yourself into chaturanga with bent arms. But just feel this out. Again, find the twist as aggressively as you can. And the twist is the whole purpose of working toward this pose, keep in mind. So twisting by itself is fine. You don't have to lift your feet up off the floor. Everything's optional like that. But play around with it and see how far you want to go with this today. So all that said, let's go ahead and start this. Bring yourself up to standing at the front of the mat. And then just to set this up, take a look down at your feet. Now see if your feet are within about hip width distance. Big toes moving in towards center just a little bit. And then as you look down, lift all 10 toes up off the floor, spread them out nice and wide. Now keep your toes spread wide and just bring your weight back toward your heels. Just play around with your balance for a moment. And then pull your weight forward toward the ball mounts of your feet. And with the toes still spread wide, go ahead and set them down one by one. Now center your weight somewhere between the toes and heels. And then engage your stance from the ground up. So hold some tension in your thighs to pull the kneecaps up. Keep some tension in your glutes. And then through your midsection, through your belly and around the low ribs to keep yourself upright. Now keep your spine tall. Reach the crown of the head straight up. Bring your chin in just a little bit. And then just let your arms hang and let your shoulders sink down. Relax the shoulders as best you can. And just close your eyes here when you're ready. So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing here when you're ready. So the inhale's pulling as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top for just a moment. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. Just work here to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. When you exhale, just open your eyes. And just take it slow. With your next inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach us up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Now with the exhale, bring the hands through center down to your hips. I'm going to take this to the sides of the body right away. So why don't you put your weight onto your left foot. Step your right foot back and across outside edges of the feet to touch. Now center the weight on the right foot. Try to keep that leg straight. Go ahead, bend into your left knee. And then when you're ready, left hand stays in your hip. With an inhale, reach your right arm up high. And with the exhale, just lean this left. Bring your gaze up high. Inhale, come back to center with that right arm reaching up. Exhale, lean this left again, look up. Inhale, back to center, stand this up tall. Exhale, lean left one more time and hold here. Keep your hips pressing right. Bring the gaze up high. Keep stretching that right arm long. With your next inhale, come back upright. And then bring the right hand to your hip. Step the feet side by side together. And then take this on the other side. The weight's on the right foot. Left foot back and across with the outside edges of the feet to touch. And let's give yourself a moment. You center the weight on the left foot, bend into the right knee. And then let's stretch out this side. So with your next inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, go ahead, reach to the right, lean right, gaze high. Inhale, bring yourself back upright. Exhale, lean this right again. Inhale, come back upright. Exhale, lean right one more time, hold here. Now again, focus the weight on the back foot, on the left foot. Stretch your left arm long, keep your hips pressing left, and just gaze high. With your next inhale, just bring it back to vertical. Reach straight up with that left hand. And then bring the left hand to your hip. Step your feet together side by side. I want to take this a little bit differently from here. So I want you to go ahead and just bring your hands to your low back, palms facing away. Now fingers spread wide, draw the shoulders back, keep the elbows out wide. And then we're going to take this into a version of a curtsy squat from here. So focus your weight on your left foot. See if I can talk. Right foot steps back and across. Now a little bit further back. Come to the toes of your right foot. And then hinge from the hips, keep your shoulders pulled back. Take this slow. Focus the weight on the left foot, touch your belly to your left thigh. Keep the weight focused on that left foot. Bring your torso back upright and bring the right foot forward. Weight to the right foot, left foot back and across. Give yourself a little bit of space. Stay on the toes. Shoulders pulled back. Focus the weight on your right foot. Hinge from the hips, touch the belly to the right thigh. And then bring yourself back up. Step your left foot out wide. Now bring it to the left side again. We'll take it further. Right foot steps back and across, so stay on your toes. Hinge from the hips, shoulders pulled back. Touch your belly to your left thigh again. And this time come down further. Bring that right knee down to touch the floor. And then go ahead and lift your right knee. And then bring yourself back upright, back to center. Take it onto your right foot. Left foot back and across, stay on your toes. Shoulders pulled back, elbows wide. Hinge from the hips, touch the belly to the right thigh. And take it slow. Bring that left knee all the way down to touch the floor. And then lift your left knee. Press into the right foot. Feet together side by side. One more round here. Weight to the left foot. Right foot back and across again. Give yourself some space. Stay on your toes. Shoulders pulled back. Hinge from the hips. Belly to your left thigh. And then bring the right knee all the way down. Now once the right knee's down, bring yourself upright. With an inhale, reach up through your right arm. And then with the exhale, just lean this left. Gaze up high, pull the left shoulder back, press your hips forward. Just breathe. And then bring yourself back to vertical. Right hand comes back, keep it bound. Lean forward to your left foot. And then come forward back to center with the feet side by side. Take it to the right foot. Left foot back and across again. Give yourself some space. Come onto the toes. Shoulders pulled back, hinge from the hips. Bring your belly to touch the right thigh. Bring that left knee all the way down to the floor. Once you're down, bring your torso upright. With an inhale, reach your left arm high. And then with the exhale, lean this right. Press your hips forward and hold here. Now from here, with an inhale, reach both arms straight up. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Bring your right knee down as well. And I'm just trying for the camera. Bring yourself into all fours. So go ahead and stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move here for a moment. Stay loose. And we're going to take this into the wrist right away. So from all fours, keep your hips stacked over your knees and walk your hands to the right side. Right hand in front of the right knee, left hand forward to the right. You're moving toward the right edge of the mat. Now with your palms down, rotate one hand at a time. Right hand rotates, fingertips toward the right knee, then toward the center of the mat. Rotate the fingers of your left hand away from you and then towards center. And set both hands down flat. Spread your fingers out wide and grip your mat. Now as you press down to the fingertips, press your spine up toward the ceiling and maybe just move a little bit side to side. And with that grip, you should feel just a bit of that tension move through the wrists already, and this might be plenty for you here. If you want to take things further, you can lean further forward, maybe bend the elbows, sink more weight on your hands if you like. And if you want to take even more weight in your hands, maybe step your left foot back. And I recommend just moving at least a little bit side to side, but keep that firm grip. Keep your fingertips pressing down. You don't have to crank too hard into this. Just take it to where you need to feel the stretch. If you lifted the left knee, set it back down. Everybody come up onto the fingertips and take this to the other side. So left hand forward to your left knee, right hand forward to the left, over to the left side of the mat. Palms down, rotate the fingers of your left hand toward the left knee and then towards center. Rotate the fingers of the right hand away from you and then towards center as well. And keep your hands flat, spread your fingers wide, dig your fingertips down. Now maybe just stay here with that grip and move a little bit side to side. If you want more intensity, you can bring your weight forward, bend the elbows, sink into the hands. And maybe go further still and step that right foot back. Lean your weight onto your hands, at least move just slightly side to side, but feel this out here. And then go ahead, set the right knee down. If you lifted it, come up onto the fingertips, come back into center, and see if the hands are within about 2 hands lengths of your knees, so not too far forward. And then flip your hands over. So backs of the hands down, palms facing up, fingertips pointing toward you. Now spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down, straighten your arms as much as you can. And you can always bring the hands closer to the knees if this is too intense and keep most of the weight on your legs, but keep the tension in your hands and still keep the fingertips pressing down. You don't have to take a whole lot of weight for that. Now, if you want to stay here, this is fine all by itself. If you can move with this, then just go back and forth, rotating one hand at a time. So keep your palms facing up, but rotate the right hand in towards center as far as you can go. And then rotate the left hand in towards center as well. And then right hand out to the side, and left hand out to the side. And just take it back and forth like this, one hand at a time at your own pace. You can go faster or go slower, but be deliberate. Every time you reset a hand, take a moment to flatten it out, press down to the fingertips, re-engage that stretch with the fingertips pressing down. And just take as much or as little weight on the hands as you need to feel the stretch. And then just give this another round or two, and I want you to finish this with both hands rotated out to the sides. Palms up, fingertips pointing away from each other from one hand to the other. If you want to make it more intense, maybe slide the hands in towards center and bring the wrist closer. But try to keep your spine lifted, shoulder blades spread apart. Just breathe here for a moment. And then take an inhale. Now, the exhale, just release it. Come up onto the fingertips, down to sitting on your heels. Give yourself a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and your wrists. And then once you're ready from here, go ahead, bring your legs out from underneath you and come down to a seat. Oh man, I've had a rough week. I'm feeling sore. All right, I think I'll quit whining here and just get through this. So we're gonna bring this into boat. So center your weight on your sit bones and lean back right away. Keep your core tense. Now as you lean back, lift your feet up off the floor. If you need to, you can keep your feet down low. Try to bring your shins toward parallel with the floor. And keep your core braced, keep your spine long. Try to bring the thighs in close. If you need to, you can always hold on to your legs. Otherwise, arms at your sides, hold your balance. Now we go back and forth from this lowering and lifting from here down to halfway. Just work this as best you can. So take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just lean back, lower halfway down. Extend your legs. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up to boat. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, bring this back up. Exhale, lower again. Inhale, bring it up, draw the knees in close. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, back up to boat. Now with the exhale, lower one more time. Try to hold this at halfway. Bring your gaze forward. Bring your hands together in front of you. Interlace your fingers. Point the index fingers forward. This could be enough. Now try to stay with me here and twist this a little bit one side to the next. So roll to your right hip, but point your fingers to the left. Bring it through center on your left hip, pointing right. Back through center onto the right hip, point left again. Stay with me. Bring it to the left hip and point right. Couple more rounds. Over to the right hip, point to the left again. Back to the left hip, point this to the right. One more round. Over to the right hip, point left. Bring it to the left hip, point right. Come back to center. Hold your balance here. You're still in that halfway shape. It's a lot easier to do this when you're not talking, keep in mind. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release. And then once you're down, just take a moment. Move your hands, move your feet, just loosen up. And then when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest, bring your hands to your knees and squeeze everything down. Press your spine down flat. You can pull the knees out wide if you like. You can rock this side to side a little bit. And then just bring this back into center. So go ahead and release your grip, bring your feet down to the floor. And we're going to take this through a few versions of bridge. Now to set this up, just a standard version here. So feet about hips width distance apart, knees about hips width, heels close enough to your seat that you can flatten your low back as much as possible while you're down like this. Arms at your sides, palms down, keep your gaze up high. Now with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, roll down again. Inhale, lift your hips. And then exhale, lower. Now with your next inhale, press high and hold. Now as you hold on to this, keep your glutes squeezing, keep the hips lifting, hold the tension. And if you can take it further, dig down into your heels, maybe lift your toes up off the floor and work to pull your heels in toward your shoulders. Keep the hips pressing higher still. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just roll this back down. Now once you come down, we're going to set up for a cross-leg version of the pose. So I want you to step your left foot into center. Now cross the right leg over left, just bring the right ankle past your left thigh. So it's a loose cross. There should be some open space underneath your bent right leg. Now keep the legs pressing into each other so you bring the knees in line. And we're going to take this up and down, trying to point the right knee up toward the ceiling. Now arms at your sides, palms down. Again, keep your gaze up high. So with an inhale, press into that left foot, lift your hips. And then with the exhale, roll this down. Inhale, lift your hips, keep the legs squeezing together. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press up high one more time and hold here. Now keep the legs pressing into each other. Keep your hips pressing high. Just breathe. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, roll it back down. Now once you come down, switch this out. Right foot to the floor, left ankle crosses your right thigh. And again, keep some open space underneath that bent leg, underneath the bent left leg this time. So you're trying to point that left knee toward the ceiling. Arms at your sides, palms down. When you're ready with an inhale, lift your hips up high, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press this up high, keep the legs pressing toward each other. And exhale, roll this down. Inhale, lift this up one more time and hold here. Now keep the legs pressing into each other from the sides. Keep your glutes squeezing to keep your hips lifting and just keep breathing with this. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, roll down. Now once you come down, both feet down to the floor again. And this time we're going to press this up and we're going to stay lifted and still take this toward a twist. So again, feet, knees about hips width distance apart. Bring the heels in close. Arms at your sides. When you're ready with an inhale, press your hips high and stay lifted. Now keep your glutes squeezing, hold the tension of the lift. You can just stay here if this is good enough. But if you can take it further without releasing your glutes, still with the hips high, lift your right hand up off the floor. And then reach your right arm up and to the left past your head, try to stack your shoulders. Now come back to center, glutes still engaged, hips still lifted, you're still in bridge. And then left arm reaches up to the right, work to stack your shoulders here. Come back to center with both arms down. Hips are still high, right arm reaches up and to the left, let your body twist. Bring it back to center. Left arm reaches up and to the right, stack your shoulders here. And then bring it back to center again. One more round, hips are still high, right arm reaches up and to the left, stretches out long. And then bring it back to center. Left arm reaches up and to the right, stretches out long here, hips are still high. Back to center now, you're still in bridge, still engaging the glutes, still pressing the hips up. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, roll back down. Now once you come down, bring your knees to your chest, your hands to your knees, take a moment to squeeze in. I know it's a long time in bridge. And just breathe. And then when you're ready, just keep your grip. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, curl into this. And then cross at the ankles, roll forward to a seat, come further to your hands, find all fours. And once you're in all fours, give yourself a moment, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers. And again, let the shoulders and hips move side to side. Again, shake your legs out a little bit. Twist a little bit more. And then we're going to warm things up and take this toward that entry toward side crow that I showed you at the very beginning here. So to set this up from all fours, wrists under the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Tuck the toes of both feet, hover your knees just barely up off the floor, and keep your core tense. Stay ready to move and stay bouncy. All right, now from here, bring the right knee forward, just touch your left elbow. And then step it back. Left knee to right elbow. Step it back. Right knee to left elbow again. Bring it back, left knee to right elbow. And step back. Now right knee to left elbow, hold here. Take it further. Drop your left heel, lift your left hand. Just open to the left side. Keep everything pulled in. And then turn back to center, back to all fours. Other side, left knee to right elbow, hold here. Now just drop the right heel, lift the right hand, pull that right elbow toward your belly. You just open it to the right side. And then come back to center. And then just take it back and forth. Right knee to left elbow, open to left side. Bring it back to center. Left knee to right elbow, open to the right. And just keep on moving back and forth here. Now you can just stay keeping both hands down, bringing one knee to the opposite elbow and take it back and forth like that if that's enough. If you overthink this, it's going to be hard. So just try to move this back and forth, let yourself open to the sides, and if you want to take it further, you can take it at a pace where there's only ever one foot on the floor. But just let this warm you up, let your body twist, keep breathing as you move. And then just go ahead and give this another round or two. And try to finish this with your chest opening up toward the right side before you come back into center. And then go ahead and set your knees down. Now once your knees come down, take a moment here just to breathe, stay loose. And then we'll work this into the deeper twist. So go ahead and press into your palms. Tuck the toes of both feet, hover your knees. Now bring the right knee forward, touch your left elbow, hold here. Step the right foot down, but up and forward toward the left side. Now, you're on both feet and on the right hand. Lift your left hand up off the floor and get ready to move a little bit forward, maybe a little bit back. But bring the left elbow past the right thigh to find the twist. Set the left hand down flat to brace it. Now bring the right hand down in line with the left, and this might be good enough. Just feel the twist. Pull your shoulders forward, look forward. Now if you want to take it just a little bit further, let your shoulders move forward. Maybe lift that right foot. And that's as far as we're going with this right now. So go ahead, step this back, come back to all fours. Now to take the other side, pressing your hands, tuck the toes of both feet, hover your knees. Step your left foot forward up to the right side. Now stay on your left hand, but lift the right hand up off the floor. Get ready to move forward or back, but bring that right elbow down and press it into your left thigh. Now set the right hand down, bring the left hand down in line with the right. And then pull your chest forward, feel the twist. Now if you want to take it further, go ahead, bend the elbows just a bit. See about lifting your left foot. And then go ahead, bring this back to center and back to all fours. And once you come into all fours, just take a moment to breathe and move around. Now keep in mind, that setup's what we're moving towards, taking it to side crow, and you don't have to take it all the way, but work the twist at least. And as you're moving right here, just feel things out. You can take another stretch if you like. You can move around all you want. But whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now, once you move into down dog, just take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Now, press into your palms, flatten your hands so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest low to the floor. Now, even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can. And keep that upward reach of the hips. So bring your upper body into one long line from the wrist creases through to the hips as best you can. Keep some tension in your core through the belly and around the low ribs. Now, if your legs are tight, let that go. Go ahead, put a bend in the knees. Hips are still high. You can always just stay loose here. Pedal this out and let your hips move side to side. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step this to the front of the mat, take a ragdoll fold. Now feet about hips with distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And just let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready for me, just release any grip that you have, but keep the bend in the knees to begin. And slowly restack your spine. So round this up to vertical. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. When you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in the knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly. And then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor to the shins, lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step it back to high plank. Now find your shape here, wrist the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. And keep your spine lifted, keep your shoulder blades spread apart. Pull your belly in and keep some tension in your core to hold your hips in line with the shoulders and heels best you can. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line, elbows pulled in toward your sides, and lower with control all the way down into your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you, hands under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides. And we'll take this up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in your upper body, pressing your feet. Take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows to your sides, pull the shoulders back. Keep your gaze at least slightly forward. And work to lift this up a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll it back down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides, press the palms down to the floor. We're going to take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet in this position. And keep your legs active, work to lift the knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes. Try to pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Now lift with your arms. Be sure you're lifting with the shoulders as well. Make your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly and bring your hips up high, back to down dog. Now pedal out for a moment here. Let your hips move side to side. We'll bring this into the next sequence. So from downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand and reach your arms high. Exhale, sink back into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now, once you settle in, bring your hands to your low back again. So palms facing away, fingers spread wide, elbows stay wide, shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open, maybe come down lower. Now, focus weight on the right foot, lift your left heel. You're still in chair. Lift the left foot, step it forward, big toe down in front of you. Lift that left foot back and across, big toe over to the right. And then bring it forward again, touch the left big toe down. Bring it back and across, big toe to the floor. And then lift the left foot, bring the big toe down in front of you one more time. And then one more time, bring it back and across. Now keep the toes of the left foot on the floor, keep the heel lifted, hinge from the hips. Bring your belly down to touch the right thigh. Bring the left knee all the way down. Now once you're down, bring your torso upright, inhale the left arm high. And then with the exhale, twist, bring the left arm past your right thigh. Now pull the right shoulder back, use that bound arm, look up toward the ceiling. Maybe slide that left arm further, right? But just find that twist and keep breathing here. With an inhale, bring yourself back to vertical, arms up high. And then with the exhale, hands down, step your left foot back, low lunge. Now low lunge to warrior two. With an inhale, drop your left heel, lift your torso, window the arms. And give yourself a moment to settle into this. A deep into the right knee, straight left leg, one line from the front heel to the back arch. You can always walk that right foot further forward. Let it feel like a hip opener from the start. Now keep your spine upright, reach equally front to back, look over the right middle finger. Now take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face me, pull that shoulder back. Open up your right palm toward the ceiling. Back and forth, inhale, reverse, reach back, lean back, gaze up high. Exhale, extend this forward, keep looking up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse, and hold here. Now keep looking up, keep reaching back, but keep the deep bend of the right knee and just breathe. Pull that left shoulder back. Take an inhale. Now at the exhale, just bring your torso upright. Right hand to your right hip, left arm still bound. Turn the heels towards center, toes out. Bring yourself into a horse stance, or just a wide-legged squat. Now thighs down toward parallel with the floor, hips toward the level of the knees. And then we'll work some balancing from here. So when you're ready, just start low. Put the weight to the right foot, lean right. Now left leg lifts. Bring yourself to a figure four. Left ankle crosses the right thigh. And then take it slow. Step it out wide. Sink back down into horse. Again, weight to the right foot, lean right. Find that figure four. Left ankle crosses the right thigh. Step it out wide. Put your left foot down. Back to horse. Again, over to the right foot. Left ankle over the right thigh. Maybe sink down a little bit deeper. Feel out your balance. Step your left foot out wide. Sink your hips back down. One more time, over to the right foot. Find that figure four. Left ankle over the right thigh. Hold here. Now maybe just balance like this. This is good enough. The left arm's still bound. You can fold this forward if you want to make it more interesting. You can work this with a twist. Reach that right arm past your left thigh. This will be tricky. But press the arm to the leg, draw that left shoulder back. Maybe bring this forward and stack that left shoulder above the right. Just take it to where you can. Keep the tension. Now, if you twisted, slowly square your chest forward, right hand to the right hip. Step your left foot out wide, come back into horse. And then keep that left arm bound. Put the weight to the left foot. Bring yourself, lean over to the left side. Bring yourself to standing with the right knee high. And then once you're ready, with your right hand, take hold of the right knee and pull it out to the side. Now keep your chest open. This is good enough. Point the toes of the right foot down. If you want to go further, maybe reach inside the right leg, find the big toe. And if you got that grip, you can pull the knee up higher. Keep that right hip open. If you want to go further, maybe extend the leg out to the right. But just take things to where you can. Keep your balance here. Keep your chest open. Now slowly from here, release any grip you have. Right knee stays to the side, hands to your hips. Take an inhale. Now the exhale, step the right foot out to the front of the mat. Bring both hands down inside your left foot. I'm going to take a version of Skandasana here. So lift your left heel, come down to sitting on your left heel. Right leg extends toward the front of the mat. It's basically a version of a sideways lunge. Now slide that right heel toward the front. Keep the toes pointed up. Try to keep that right leg as straight as you can. Now we're setting this up so we can move around and switch this back and forth. So stay level. Face your chest toward the floor. Bring your hands toward the center of the mat. And let's take it one side to the next. So bring it through center. Bend into your right knee. Straighten your left leg as best you can. Come back through center. Try to stay low the whole time. Sink to the left. Bring it through center over to the right leg again. Back through center. Come over to the left. And then one more round. Sink down over the right side. Through center. Come to the left side one more time. Hold here. Now maybe just stay like this. You can stay folded. Good enough. Now, if you want to take this further, there's lots of things you can do, but I'm going to recommend working your balance. For that, come up onto your fingertips. Walk your hands in so you can bring yourself upright sitting on the left heel. Now, keep the knees set wide, keep the toes, right foot pointed toward the ceiling, and press into both feet aggressively here. See about taking the arms into an archer configuration. Left hand becomes a fist. Bring it behind your left ear. Left elbow draws back like you're drawing back from the bowstring. Now, right hand's like you're holding the bow, so turn that hand into a fist, but reach that arm forward. Now, as you come into this, engage it. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Open up your chest. Press into both feet. It's supposed to be tricky. Just hold the tension. Work this as best you can. Take an inhale here. Now, the exhale, release. Both hands down. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Come into low lunge. Right foot forward, left foot back. And let's set up the twist here for side crow. So that right foot goes over to your left side. Press into the right hand. Lift the left. Bring the left elbow down and press it into your right thigh. Set the left hand flat. Right hand comes down in line with the left. Now look forward, pull your shoulders forward, maybe just hold the twist. If you're going to take it further, keep pulling forward, lift the right foot first. Keep leaning forward to lift your left. And again, take it to where you can. Move through your vinyasa when you're ready. From downward facing dog, we'll even all that out on the other side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. Now the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reach us up high. And then with the exhale, sink in the chair one more time. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, bring your hips down low. Now once you find your stance, hands low back one more time. Palms open, fingers wide. Keep the elbows wide and shoulders pulled back. Maybe come down lower. Now, press into the left foot, lift the right heel, and take it slow. Step the right foot forward, dip the big toe down. Now lift that right foot back and across, touch a toe down over to the left. Lift the right foot, bring the big toe down in front of you. And then again, bring that big toe back and across. Lift the right foot, touch down in front. Lift it again, back and across, and keep the toes on the floor. Now draw the shoulders back, hinge from your hips, bring your belly down to touch your left thigh. And then bring the right knee all the way down. Bring your torso upright. Inhale the right arm up high. And with the exhale, move into that twist. Right arm reaches past your left thigh. Now use that right arm to brace the twist. Pull the left shoulder back, gaze up high. Keep breathing here. Now with your next inhale, turn to center. Reach upright through both arms. And then with the exhale, both hands down around the left foot. Step the right foot straight back, low lunge. Low lunge to your warrior two. With an inhale, drop the right heel, lift your torso, wimble the arms. And open out to the right side. Now go ahead and lengthen this out if you need to. You can always walk that left foot forward. But left knee's bent, right leg straight. One line from the front heel to the back arch. Again, bring the hips down low. Reach this front to back. Take your half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face me, pull that shoulder back, open your left palm toward the ceiling. And let's take this back and forth. Inhale, reverse, reach back, lean back, gaze up high. Exhale, extend it forward, keep looking up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse one more time and hold. So keep reaching up and back, keep that right shoulder pulled back, but stay low in the left leg and just keep breathing. Take an inhale. Now at the exhale, just bring your spine up to vertical, left hand to your left hip, and turn the heels in, toes out, come into that horse stance. Try to keep the right arm bound. You can always lose that if you need to. But bring your hips down low, thighs down toward parallel with the floor. Just move around for a moment. And then settle in at center. Now from here into balancing, put your weight to the left foot, lean left. Right leg lifts, bring yourself to a figure four. Right ankle crosses your left thigh. And then go step the right foot wide and sink down low. And then again, weight to left foot. Right leg crosses over the left, find that figure four. And then lift the right knee, step this out wide, sink back into horse. Over the left foot again. Lift your right leg, cross the ankle over the thigh. And then step it out wide, sink back into horse. One more time to hold on to it. Put the weight to the left foot, cross the right leg over the left, stay here. Now keep your right shoulder pulled back. Maybe just balance, that could be good enough. If you want to fold it down deeper, you can come straight forward. Now if you want to work the twist, and this isn't easy, keep in mind, but go ahead, reach that left arm past the right thigh. And then use that bound right arm to pull the shoulder further back, open your chest to the right. If you want to go lower, you can try to stack your shoulders and move into the fold. Hold the tension that keeps you balanced here. Keep breathing. Now slowly, let's come out of this. So bring that left hand back to your hip. Step the right foot wide, come back to horse. Right arm still bound if you can keep it there, but when you're ready, put the weight to the right foot. Come to stand in the right leg with your left knee high. And then once you balance here, just dig into that right big toe. With your left hand, take hold of the left knee and pull it out to the side. Now this could be enough already. Just keep your hip open. If you're going to go further, reach inside the left leg, find the big toe. Now you can pull the knee up higher, that's plenty. Maybe extend that leg further to the side. Just take this to where you can still balance right now. Now we're still balancing. Just release any grip you have. Keep that left knee to the side, hands to your hips. When you're ready, step the left foot toward the front of the mat, but bring both hands down inside your right leg. And let's take this to Skandasana again. So pressing your hands, lift the right heel, come to sitting on that right heel. Left leg extends toward the front of the mat with the toes of the left foot pointed up. Now try to get your knees out wide in relation to each other. Keep your hands down and bring them down to the middle of the mat. And keep your chest facing down. Try to keep your hips low as we switch this back and forth. So come through center, over to your left leg, straighten the right. Back through center, come over to the right side. Stay low, come through center to the left again. Bring it through center, over to the right. One more round, over to the left side again, keep it low. Bring it back through center, sink right one more time, hold. And maybe just stay here, you can fold this down, you can even just bring the forearms down, that's good enough. Now if you want to work your balance here, walk your hands in, bring your spine toward upright, you're sitting on that right heel. Press down into both feet, keep that left foot anchored. Now, if you want to move the arms into that archer configuration, make the right hand to a fist. That fist goes behind the right ear. Draw that elbow back. And then the left hand like you're holding a bow. Make the left hand to a fist, reach that left arm forward. Now, engage this like you're really drawing on this bowstring here. Pull the shoulder blades toward each other. Open up your chest. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, both hands down. Walk your hands forward, bend the left knee, come into your low lunge. And we'll take it into that side crow setup one more time. So step your left foot over to the right. Press into your left hand. Lift the right hand up off the floor. And press the right elbow into your left thigh. Now once you're twisted, set the right hand down to brace the twist. Left hand sets in line with the right. Look forward. Bring your shoulders forward. Feel that twist. Keep your shoulders square to the front as your hips open to the right. Now maybe lean further to lift the left foot. Maybe keep leaning and lift the right leg as well. Take it to where you can. And then when you're ready, bring it through one last vinyasa. Now once you find your down dog, let's take this to half pigeon. When you're ready, inhale the right leg high behind you. With the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten your left foot, straighten the left leg, pull the left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. Sink your weight straight down. And maybe just stay here. This could be plenty. You can keep your spine extended like this. Now, if you want deeper extension, you can start to move toward one of the back bend variations. And if you want to chill out, which is what most people do, you can come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way. But just take it to where you need to right now, and just breathe with this. All right, now slowly from here, if your hands are forward, walk them into center. We're going to take another pose. So when the hands are close enough, go ahead and roll down to the right hip, swing your left leg forward. I'm going to take a couple versions of Janu Shasana. So the left leg stays extended, right knee bent. Sole the right foot to the inner left thigh, and just set this up to wherever you're comfortable. And give yourself a moment to sit this upright. Now once you're ready, turn toward your left leg, reach your arms up high. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just hinge forward halfway down and bring your hands to the floor either side of that leg. Now, before you worry about the fold, I want you to engage your core right away. Press your low back forward, and you're trying to press your belly forward to touch your left thigh. Now, if that doesn't happen by itself and your spine's still rounded, you got to bend the left knee and bring the thigh up to your belly, and bend the knee as much as you need to. Once you can feel that, find your grip. You can hold the shin, the ankle, the foot, whatever serves you best. Now, keep your low back pressing forward. Keep your core tense, and use that engagement to tilt your pelvis forward. Now, if you start with a bent knee, maybe press the heel forward, but only so far as you can still feel your belly touching your thighs, so don't force it. And just work this as best you can. Keep breathing here. Try to let the back of the left leg relax. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, this is going to take a little bit, so be patient. But try to keep the tension in your core, in your midsection, to keep your pelvis pulling forward so your hamstrings can actually relax. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this and bring yourself upright. Now keep the legs as they are. I'm going to take this into a side bend here. So go ahead and sit this upright, but open up your chest toward the right knee. Reach your arms wide in line with your left leg. Now when you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring the left forearm down inside the left leg. Sweep the right arm across and reach for your left big toe. Now if you touch the big toe, that's great. And if you don't worry about it. Just keep reaching. Now the right shoulder should be stacked above the left, even if you're touching that big toe, keep in mind. Bring your gaze up toward the ceiling. Now if you need to bend the left knee, go ahead and bend it. Just keep that sideways bend. And if you can take this deeper, whether the leg's straight or not, you can press that left arm into your left leg and try to rotate your chest open toward the ceiling as you stretch that right arm long. Just take this to where you can here. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly just bring yourself upright. And then when you're ready, cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, step back to down dog. And we'll take all that on the other side. So once you're ready, with an inhale, raise your left leg high this time. And with the exhale, bring it forward, left knee behind your left, first left ankle somewhere behind the right. Now flatten the right foot, straighten your right leg, pull the right hip forward, keep your hips squared, and sink your hips straight down. Now again, maybe just stay upright like this, feel some of that stretch on the left side. And if you want to take it deeper into extension, you can always move toward one of the back bends again. Now maybe sink down to the elbows. You can melt down all the way and just breathe here. Just take it to where you need to. And there's nothing wrong with just making this a restful pose, keep in mind. Just take things to where you need to right now. All right, and then from here, if your hands are forward, again, walk them in close. Once the hands are close enough, lower yourself to the left hip, swing your right leg forward. And let's take this into Janu Shasana on this side. Right leg extended, left knee bent. Sole the left foot to the inner right thigh, just as high as you're comfortable with. And again, give yourself a moment to sit this upright. When you're ready, turn toward that right foot. With an inhale, reach your arms up high. With the exhale, hinge forward halfway down, hands on either side of the right leg. Now engage your core right away. Press your low back forward. Try to stretch this out long. Press your belly to the right thigh, or bend the right knee and bring the thigh up to your belly. As much of a bend as you need. Once you can feel that, find your grip. Hold the shin, the ankle, the foot, whatever works best. Pull your torso further forward. Keep your core tense. And keep trying to press your low back forward so you can keep your belly on your thigh. Now, if you can take this further, maybe press that right heel forward, but only so far as you can still feel the fold. And there's nothing wrong with a bent right knee, keep in mind. Just take it to where you need to right now. Now keep in mind, as you're trying to keep your core engaged and extend your torso forward, try to keep that extension in the upper back as well. Try to pull your chest forward rather than just rounding your head down toward your leg. And that's going to help this be a little bit more effective over time. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release any grip you have. Bring yourself up, right? Legs stay as they are. But this time, turn. Open your chest toward the left knee. Reach your arms wide in line with the right leg. And let's take the side bend here. So take an inhale. And with the exhale, right forearm down inside the right leg. Sweep the left arm across and reach for the right big toe. Now bring your gaze up high. And keep that left shoulder stacked above the right. If you touch a toe, that's great. If you don't, just keep on lengthening this out and keep breathing with this. Now you can bend the right knee if you need to, but to take this deeper, use the right arm, press it to the right leg, try to rotate your chest open toward the ceiling as you're stretching long through that left arm. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Bring yourself back upright. And then when you're ready, just come all the way down onto your back this time. So once you're down, draw your knees into your chest, squeeze everything in tight. And then let's take this into happy baby. So go ahead, reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And pull down on both sides. So try to press your knees to the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. Now keep the tension working straight up and down. Now let that open your hips further. Try to flatten your spine. Sink your tailbone toward the floor. And if you want to take it further still, you can go ahead and rock this a little bit side to side. If you want to take it even further, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. And then when you're ready, just start to move again here bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. When you're ready, go ahead, stretch it out long. Take an inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then just start to draw things back in. Bring your elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then just ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands at the heart center. Take a deep inhale here, hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.